Hello everyone, this is Prem Sodhani coming up with the next round of our News Simplified, and in today's News Simplified we are going to discuss about the India's Young Water Professional Program, which India has released or which India has launched with the help of Australia, right? So what is this program all about? We are going to learn in this video. So we'll discuss here about the National Hydrology Project. Then we'll discuss about the Young Water Professional Program and what are the components of this program and what all are the benefits which are going to be there with the help of this program, right? So we will discuss one by one about this issue. So let's get started with the National Hydrology Project, but let me discuss here some of the very important data that you can actually use in your mains answer writing too. What is the position of India in terms of the water reserves? Let me bring this position to you. That is, if you consider the population of India, so this population is around 17% of the world's population, right? This is around 17%. And when it comes to the livestock, because livestock is equally important, if you know about the water use, then water is also used in the livestock also, right? In this sector also. So 20% of global livestock is here in India, and we have only 4% of freshwater reserves globally exists. So this 4% is highly insufficient if the question comes here to feed these population of human beings, population of livestock. So this is the one sector, right? One picture. Let me bring you to the another picture, that is about the how much water India gets. How much water India gets in terms of rainfall, number one, and in terms of the melting of glacier, right? So these are the two freshwater resources, melting of glaciers. So India gets around 3000 billion cubic meter water per year with the help of these two, rainfall and melting of glacier. And how much we are able to store out of this water? Only 8%. Only 8%. So one thing is very clear, that India is not able, or India is not efficiently using this water which we are getting with the help of this rainfall and melting of the glaciers, right? This is the second picture. Now we come to the third picture, that is when it comes to the groundwater usage. So you might have learned about this, that aquifers are something which are having the waters underground, right? So these are known as aquifers. So we are extracting groundwater, and the rate of extraction is 650 billion cubic meter per year. This is the rate of extraction of this groundwater. And what is the rate of recharging? The recharging rate is 458 BCM per year. So what you can see from this picture, that is, there is a gap between this recharging of aquifer and the extraction of this groundwater resources, and this gap is ever increasing year by year, and that is the reason why the groundwater resources in India are depleting at a very faster rate, right? So this is the third picture. The fourth picture here you can see is, let me bring that fourth picture to you, that is when it comes to the usage. So we are using the water, and this water usage is 89%, especially in the agriculture sector. And 89%, out of this 89%, 65% of water which is being used in agricultural sector is coming out of groundwater resources. And that is the reason India is also known as one of the third largest exporter of groundwater resources, because we are just exporting our crops, and in terms of the crops we are actually exporting our groundwater resources, right? So these are the datas or the pictures. Now you can better understand what is the situation of water resources in India, right? what is the consumption, how much is the recharging rate of the aquifers, how much we are extracting, what is the usage of water, especially in terms of the agriculture. We are just using 65% of the groundwater resources in terms of the agricultural uses, right? So this was all about the picture. Now we come to this discussion, that is National Hydrology Mission. So let me bring this discussion to you. That is, what is this National Hydrology Project that was launched by Ministry of Jal Shakti, right? This is a mission of Jal Shakti. This was launched with the help of World Bank. And it was the period of 2016 when this program was launched, and it is a central sectoral scheme. Central sectoral scheme means 100% contribution of the funding would be provided by the center, right? Central sectoral scheme. Now, what are the components? Why this project came? The aim was to have a better picture of water resources, better information, so that we can actually take better decisions, especially in the matters of groundwater resources management or the surface water resources management. So this was the aim. So when it comes to this project, that project aimed at better information, then we can take informed decisions actually, or we can say the capacity building of water management institutions, right? Of water management institutions and their development, right? So this was the aim of this particular program, that is National Hydrology Project, right? So there are 4 components you can see there in this picture. Let me bring this picture to you. That is water resources monitoring. How much water is available with India, what are the resources of water, especially in India, that is the one part. The second is to channelize this information in a very efficient way, so that we can actually enhance the capacity, or we can develop the capacity of the institutions which are managing these water resources, right? So this is water resources information, then planning and all, this is the third component, and institutional capacity management, that is the fourth part of this program. This was all about National Hydrology Project, which was launched with the help of World Bank. So this is the National Hydrology Project, and we have launched this program, that is Water Professional Program, under this National Hydrology Project only, right? So this is the component under National Water Hydrology Project. Now we come to the Young Water Professional Program. What is the aim of this program? We'll discuss that thing. First, we should know this is again launched by Ministry of Jal Shakti, and the agency which is implementing this scheme is India Australia Water Center, and it is nothing but the group of some of the universities of both India and Australia which is implementing this scheme. So what is the aim of this scheme? The aim of this scheme is to prepare, by name you can see this, water professionals. So we just want to create the leaders, especially in the water sector, the future leaders in the water sector, so that the water resources can be better managed, and we are just putting our resources for the longer term, for the longer period of the time, so that the future can have better leaders in this sector, right? So this is a kind of platform which we are developing for the future water leaders. So what is the aim? To develop a platform so that the capacity building can be there, means the people who are engaged with this water resources, those who are working in this sector particularly, they are to be given the training, they are supposed to be provided with the better skills and all. That is the aim of this water professional program. So the first thing that you should know is this is the component, that is the India and Australia have launched this jointly under this National Hydrology Project, right? Now we come to the component of this program. The first component is I told you that we need to create a platform. This platform will provide skills, training to the people, and so that water leaders can be developed. What is our aim? Just to intensively invest in this direction, invest in the direction of water management, right? So for this training, for this skill training, we have engaged training and learning module under this component. What we are doing, there are 3 components under this training module. So this training is supposed to be provided in 3 types. 70% of this training would be through experience, means experience at job. If you are doing some project, you will get 70% of your training on that job only, right? The second component is 20% of this training part will come out of the exposure, that is the learning from someone other's job, right? Learning from others. This is the second component. And the third component is, which constitutes 10% of the training, that is through education. Means the training would be provided to the people, that is 10%. So there are 3 components under this: experience, exposure and education, triple E, 70%, 20% and 10%. So this is the training module which is envisaged under this professional scheme, right? The second thing is, that is experience, exposure and education. The second important thing about this one is, this is a outcome based program. Means after this skill training and all, the people who are skilled or the people who were trained, they have some sort of the skills with them, and that is how you can see this scheme as a outcome based, right? And the most important thing about this scheme is the diversity and the gender equality is equally accepted under this professional program. Means it is not necessary that the only man will be provided the training. Women are equally the part of this program. That is how gender equality is also an important component of this program. Now we come to the next thing, that is the comprehensive view. What we are doing, what are the mistakes which we are committing, that is we are managing groundwater resources with a different set of mind and surface water resources with the separate set of the mind. What we need is, we need a comprehensive view so that we can actually better we can actually manage the water resources in a better way if we consider them the part of one thing only, right? That is groundwater and surface water have common links, and we have to understand that, and we have to take this comprehensive view, and that is what this scheme talks about, right? So these all are the component under this professional water program that is launched by the India and Australia jointly. So this was all about this program. I hope you might have got the better understanding now on this program. If you like this, you can comment and share this, and thank you very much for watching this video.
Current Affairs by Forum IAS is an all-in-one program that covers the dynamic aspect of the syllabus from both prelims and mains perspective. Last year, we have helped more than 100 students crack IAS with our current affairs classes.